For this being a mackerel snapper hospital, I yelled, "You fuck her!" In my desperation, I tried fag jokes and wetback jokes and kite jokes. Really, every effective course of treatment known to medical science. And the old man still slipping away. Laying here in this bed is the man who made everything into a big joke. Just the fact that he's not biting scares the shit out of me. I'm yelling, "Knock, knock." And when he says nothing in response, it's the same as him not having a pulse. I'm yelling, "Knock, knock." I'm yelling, "Why did the existentialist cross the road?" And he's still dying. The old man's leaving me, not knowing the answer to anything. He's abandoning me while I'm still so fucking stupid. In my desperation, I reach out to take the limp blue fingers of his cold, cold dying hand. And he doesn't flinch, not even when I grind a joy buzzer against the blue skin of his ice-cold palm. I'm yelling, "Knock, knock." And nothing kills a joke faster than asking my old man to explain himself. But I'm yelling, "Why did the old lady walk out on her laugh-a-minute, funny man, jokester husband and her 4-year-old kid?" And laying there in that bed, my old man, he stops breathing. No heartbeat. Totally flatlined. So this kid who's sitting bedside in this hospital room late at night, he takes the joke equivalent of those electric paddles doctors use to stop your heart attack, the hee-haw equivalent of what a paramedic Robin Williams would use on you in some clown emergency room, a kind of Three Stooges defibrillator. The kid takes a big, creamy, heaped-up custard pie topped with a thick layer of whipped cream, the same as Charlie Chaplin would save your life with. And the kid reaches that pie up sky high overhead, as high as the kid can reach, and he brings it down hard, lightning fast, slam dunking it hard as the blast from a Polak shotgun. Pow! Right in his old man's kisser. And despite the miraculous, well-documented healing powers of the comedic arts, my old man dies taking a big bloody shit in his bed. No, really. I swear. It's funnier than it sounds. Please don't blame my old man. If you're not laughing at this point, it's got to be my fault. I just didn't tell it right, you know? You mess up a punchline and you can totally botch even the best joke. For example, I went back to the barbershop and I told him how he died and how I tried to save him, right up to and including the custard pie, and how the hospital had their security goons escort me up to the crazy ward for a little 72-hour observation. And even telling that part, I must have fucked it up. Because those barbershop guys, they just looked at me. I told them about seeing and smelling my old man dead and smeared all over with blood and shit and whipped cream. All of that stink and that sugar. And they just looked at me. And looked at me. The barbers and the old guys chewing tobacco. And nobody laughed. And standing in that same barbershop all these years later, I say, "Knock, knock." The barbers stop cutting hair, and the old goobers stop chewing on their chewing tobacco. I say, "Knock, knock." And nobody takes a breath. And it's like I'm standing in a room filled with dead men. And I tell them, Death. Death is there. Don't you people never read Emily Dickerson? You never heard of Jean-Paul Stewart? I wiggle my eyebrows and tap the ash from my invisible cigar, and I say, "Who's there?" I say, "I don't know who's there. I can't even play the violin." What I do know is that I've got a brain filled with jokes that I can't ever forget. Like a tumor the size of a grapefruit inside of my skull. And I know that eventually even dog shit turns white and stops stinking. But I had this permanent head filled with crap that I've been trained my whole life to think is really funny. And for the first time since I was a little stooge standing in that barbershop saying fag and cunt and nigger and saying kike, I figured out that I wasn't telling a joke. I was the joke. I mean, I finally get it. Understand me. A bona fide gold-plated joke is like a Michelob served ice cold with a Mickey Finn by somebody smiling so nice that you won't never know how bad you've been fucked. And a punchline. A punchline is called a punchline for a very good reason, because punchlines are a sugar-coated fist with whipped cream hiding the brass knuckles that socks you right in the kisser, hitting you, pow! Right in your face, and saying, "I am smarter than you, and I am bigger than you, and I call the shots here, buddy boy." And standing in that same old Saturday morning barbershop, I scream, "Knock, knock." I demand, "Knock, knock!" And finally, one old barbershop codger, he says in barely a tobacco whisper, so soft that you can hardly hear him, he says, "Who's there?" And I wait for a beat. I wait just for the tension. My old man, he taught me that timing is crucial. Timing is everything. Until finally, I smile so nice. And I say, "Radio."